Hey, what is going on, everyone? My name is Omega Jolteon, and we are here for Major Pokemon League Week 7. We are taking on Frieslander, coach of the Rotterdam Staraptors. Go check him out in the description below. He's a very good friend of mine and a very solid player in the format, and he absolutely makes some great GFX. So definitely go hit him up if you want some godlike GFX. So for sure. But we're not here to talk about his GFX. We're going to take him down this week. We're going to take him down. And because we are on a 2-game losing streak in the Major Pokemon League. I lost to Blake week 5, then to Bub week 6. So we got to win this game. Like I said last week, we have to win this game to put ourselves in the greatest position to make playoffs. If we lose this game, then we will most likely not be in our hands. It might or might not, just depends how the other games go, and how many games I win from here out. But we're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about the team I'm bringing. I'm not doing a team builder this week because it's a bit late, and I don't feel like doing a team builder. I'm a bit lazy, but I'll definitely have a team builder before the video next week, for sure. But the team that Fries does has I'll have like a pokey paste of my team to put it over the battle, but the team that Fries does have, from what I remember, is Megalopony, Tornadus, Therian, Tapu Bulu, Azumarill, Scizor, Lantern, Licky, Nidoqueen, Rotom, Ghost, and I believe that's it. Yeah, that's basically it. That's his team. And let's go with the team that I am bringing. This is a very, very tough matchup for me, and I'll explain to you. His team is really annoying. Let's just say that. His team is really good versus me because of stuff like Azumarill. It's like a Sap Sipper Azumarill can check most of my team pretty well. Bulu is very, very good versus me, I feel. And stuff like Torn is a fantastic pivot. I'm just so weak to Torn. Megalopony is a huge threat. Scizor, Nidoqueen is a fantastic rocket versus me, which I'm surprised he didn't bring this week over like the Lantern, but I don't really. But let's just talk about that later. But I'm surprised Nidoqueen did not come. But his matchup is really, really good versus me, and I had to build a certain way for this game. But the first mon I'm bringing is a AV Landorus. This is basically my Torn check without rocks, because he does not, as you see from his team, his only rocker, I believe, is the Nidoqueen. He has no rocks, so Landorus will be able to take a Hurricane plus a Supersonic Sky Strike after rocks with my investment. I'm like max SPDF, 28 HP, and that's very important for this game because it is my Torn check. Kind of a weird Torn check, but it should do the job fairly well. Doesn't take too much from Icy Winds or HP Ices as well. I take a Hurricane plus an HP Ice from the Tornadus after rocks. If it's like a Life Orb Tornadus, which I don't really expect, I expect like a Flying EMZ or a AV Tornadus this game, because AV Tornadus can take on the Latios, can take on the Heatran, Shaman, shit like that. So I'm mainly expecting AV, but I definitely could see Flying EMZ as well. So both of them I could check very well with Landorus. If it's Life Orb, then it could be a bit of a problem, but we're going to have to deal with it. Next one I'm bringing is a Shuca Berry, SD Drapion, 3 attacks, and SD Drapion just breaks down his team so well. He does not have a switch into the combination of Dark plus the Poison typing. So, and it's very nice to check both of his fairies, very nice check to the top of Bulu. He also has a Reuniclus, which I kind of forgot to say about. Reuniclus is a very good mon versus me, but he actually decided not to bring it. So Drapion is very nice to check that with my investment. I could take 2 Focus Blast, not at +1. So that's very nice. I'm going to skip over Lati, and I'm not going to skip over Lati, so who cares. But I'm bringing my win condition. This is a Dragon Dance Flame Orb Latios with the Facade. A bit of a hamburger special, an Ace of Base special. Yeah, he created this set a long time ago. And yeah, this set just does really well versus him because his team is primarily based on physical attacking and burning those mons like Scizor, the Tapu Bulu are very nice for this mon to win the Megalopony, and after +1 he can't outspeed it, and I could just burn his whole team if depending on the scenario. So yeah, this is a very good mon. This game, 81st speed to outspeed a Jolly Megalopony. I have a Choppleberry Heatran because it's kind of a standard, like a max HP, not max HP, max special attack, max speed set. It is my Tapu Bulu and Scissor check. I was thinking about like a Spectra in this game, but I needed a rocker this game, so that is my Heatran's job. And it's just overall decent mon versus him. My Mega Heracross is a Fizdef Mega Heracross to check stuff like the Scizor, the Mega is my main check, the Megalopony, and it's a nice check to Tapu Bulu as well. And I don't need any attack investment just to break down the team. It's like no good switches this mon at all. So yeah, that's basically it. And last mon is a Rocky Helmet Shaman to check a potential Belly Drum and a Azumarill, because that could be a huge threat for me. But Shaman's a pretty decent check to that. And with Grassy Terrain, I could check stuff like Megalopony, the Tapu Bulu, Azumarill, Lantern. Checks a lot of stuff on his team. So yeah, the team I'm expecting him to bring is probably a Sugarberry Lantern, a Perish, like a Sap Sipper Azumarill, or maybe like a Belly Drum Azumarill, maybe like a Assault, not Assault, like a 4-attack Tapu Bulu, a Finium or AV Tornadus, a standard Megalopony, and maybe like a Choice Banded Scizor, or like a SD Scizor, something like that. And yeah, that is what I think he's going to bring, and let's go into the game right now. I'm going to lead off with my Landorus, as he is going to lead off with his Lantern, as Freeze is going to issue the challenge, so that's very, very cool. I'm going to lead off with my Landorus, as Freeze decides to lead off with Mastodon, the Lantern, and right now I make a turn one, I think I'm pretty big misplay. I click Earthquake, I do click the Earthquake here, and if he's not Sugarberry, he should be able to get O-Code by this, but he actually does reveal to be Scarf, and because I'm AV, I'm able to live this hit, but I get frozen, so that's fun. I would have been able to O-Code this mon turn one, and because of it, I get frozen because of that. So I'm not going to be able to kill this mon turn 1, and he is able to make a double. This was absolutely huge. This was huge. So huge, this game, as I'm just going to go into my Heatran because he did reveal to be a Scarf variant, so I'm able to switch that in, and he doesn't have actually a Steel Resist, so I could just drop a Flash Cannon on anything he could bring in, but he actually stays on the Lantern. As I'm just going to go into my Heracross, because I'm fairly sure he's going to go for the high jump kick, and even if he does go for the return, I'm going to be able to live. I'm going to be able to live one, then I'm going to be able to live the next one after that. So with when I'm Mega Evolved, so this turn I want to make. This is a fairly aggressive play, but he could have potentially gone to the Tornadus, and I wanted to, if he didn't want to make that aggressive play, I wanted to catch him with a Rock Blast, and that is what I go for. I go for the Rock Blast, and Fight Bimbo is going to do absolutely nothing to this Azumarill, because, as you'll see later, it is actually a Sap Sipper Fizdef Azumarill to check my Mega Heracross. So, it's a really good brain on Fry's part, but, yeah, I'm in a pretty interesting position, but, now I know this thing is Sap Sipper. I'm not clicking Bullets yet, I'm not going to Shaman. I'm going to go into my Drapion, because he's a Sap Sipper Azumarill 100% of the time. So yeah, I'm just going to do that, as he just goes to the Whirlpool. That's fine with me. I'm going to get a free Sword Stance on this thing, and whatever comes in is going to get chunked down really, really hard, as he actually decides to make a pretty solid play on his end and go into the Tornadus, as I'm just going to click the Sword Stance right now, and this puts me in a really good position. If I can get this damage on this Tornadus, I will be able to weaken this thing for late game for my Heatran, because Heatran can pretty, not easily, but it can win late game. If I get this damage, it's super, super important, but I get confused. He hits the Hurricane, and as you see, do I break out? No, I don't break out. Yeah, I don't break out. So, I did click the knockoff there, because if he's an AV Tornadus, he would have died to that if he's like no HP. So, I could have clicked Poison Jab and went for the poison, but overall I think the knockoff was my best play. Either way, it still got around the same damage, and I needed that damage. I needed that damage to weaken that thing, so I could get up rocks, because I would prioritize rocks a lot more now. I still have to prioritize them, with my Heatran, and that thing would have been low for my Heatran, for just my other mons, my Shaman, so that's really annoying. I should have gotten, like, at least, like, not 80% on that mon, and Dead Lantern, but I get, it's still 6-6 right now, so that's putting me in a horrible position, but I'm just going to try to set up with my Latios, because my Latios can burn this thing, and having this thing burn is going to be very, very nice. I wish I could have saved this for late game, but I sort of went for game at this point, because I tilted really hard, just because of the other games this season. Oh my god, the tilt was really hard at this point, so it's very unfortunate, but right now, I just need a little bit of luck on my side. Hopefully he can miss a Mega Horn at this point, as I just go for the Roost again. Hopefully he misses this Mega Horn so I can keep this thing healthy. He doesn't really have a great normal resist at this point, so if he wants to go into the Scizor, then that's fine with me. Actually, he might have missed it a turn before, but he does eventually miss it. But hopefully he can miss it at this point, because having this thing low is just it's too important in this game, and I need this thing low. And yeah, I'm just going to drop I believe this turn I go for the Roost again, as he decides to go in the Azumarill. I'm so good. I can Roost-all the Tapu Bulu fairly easily, because it's not doing too much damage to me. Alright, and I do think I clicked the Facade here, as that's going to do a lot of damage to this Azumarill. That puts me in a pretty decent position. So, yeah, the Grassy Terrain does wear off, and I just go for the Facade right here, and I get, like, at least, like, 60%, and he goes for the Perish Song. So that means I cannot stay in on this thing anymore, but I can get another chunk of damage with the Facade next turn. If I do decide to go for it, I'm thinking he's going to go in a Scizor. So, maybe I could have predicted with the Psycho Shift, but, what can you do? And, I think he's going to go for the Protect, but actually does not reveal the Protect, so he just goes into the Scizor at this point, which I'm able to get a decent chunk on this thing with the Facade, as that does like 30%, so that's pretty nice. But because of the Perish Song, I'm kind of forced to switch out, and I don't want to take a fat U-turn to the face, because that's going to do a lot of damage to me even when burned, because I'm thinking it might be a banded Scizor, potentially. Or just like a regular U-turn, that's going to do a lot of damage to me, so, with the Flame Orb. So, I do, switch into my Heatran, and I make a decent double. It was kind of obvious of me going to that, but it goes into the Tapu Bulu, as I just decided to get out my rocks at this point, because, I'm a Chople Berry. I'm able to, take this thing fairly well, and I think he might switch out, but he actually does, make a pretty good play. And go for the Superpower, which means that my Chople Berry is popped for the Scizor and the Mega Lopunny, so that's pretty annoying at this point. So yeah, I believe I just decide to just go for the Flash Cannon and get some damage in the Lantern, the Mega Lopunny. No, I actually do switch out, and I go into my Latios. I believe I was predicting another Superpower, but he makes a pretty good play and goes for the Mega Horn. And this allows me to heal out my Latios, because it's not going to do too much damage to me. And at this point, I'm in a really bad position because of those freezes. So my goal at this point is to potentially burn that Scizor. So break down the, what do you call it? To break down the Azumarill to win late game, because if he has a Perish Song on my Latios, it obviously can't win. So I'm going to need to keep my Latios healthy. I still have a decent chance to win, depending on how I play this game, even though I just got hacked a lot. So, yeah, this turn I'm going to switch out into my Shaman, so I can get some nice Rocky Helmet damage on this Mon, as he just goes to the Ice Punch, which is pretty cool. Kind of wish I went into my Mega Heracross, but what can you do at this point? But yeah, I just go into my Shaman, and I'm able to click. I believe I clicked Toxic at this point, or I clicked Synthesis. I don't remember, but no, I clicked Toxic right here, so I can Toxic that Azumarill and force that thing to rust potentially, as he goes into Azumarill, whatever you pronounce that. And I'm just gonna go for the Toxic, which is fairly nice. And if he has the rust, he'll definitely reveal it right here. as that's very nice for me. He does, whatever. So right now I'm just going to go into my, I believe, what do I go into? I think I just go into my Landers or something. No, I go into my Latios because I don't really have another good switch into this mon, so I'm kind of forced to rest right here. I'm kind of forced to go into this, and because he is asleep, I don't think he's asleep talk, so I can sort of get some free Dragonances on him, and potentially, if I can crit past this mon, then I could potentially win this game, depending how healthy my Latios is. So I'm just going to go for the first Dragonance, as I need 2 to 2 kill this mon, because I'm thinking he might be max for his def. I'm definitely sure he's going to be max for his def, so I think he's going to be pretty fat. So let's go over the second Dragonance, as hopefully I can potentially get a crit on this mon and kill this. So he wastes his second sleep turn, as that is fairly nice for me, as this turn I'm going for the Facade. Hopefully I can bank on a crit to KO this mon, but even with the crit I don't think it would have killed, but it does get a nice chunk of damage on him, as the next Facade is going to be able to KO this mon. So yeah, this is pretty bad for me because my Latios is weakened, and I'm probably not going to have another great opportunity to set up again, to be honest, unless it's on the Tapu Bulu again, but I don't think it's going to give me the opportunity. So maybe on the Tornadus T, depending if he's Fly Z, something like that. So he just decided to sack off the Tapu Bulu right here. It's totally fine with me, as I'm going to be able to get my first kill of the game with my DD Facade Latios. So that's very nice. I'm going to go for the Facade, as I bring that thing down very, very low. I get a fat chunk on that mon. So next turn I'll be able to kill it with my Facade. So yeah, that is kaput, as I'm going to go for the Facade again. If he says go in the Scizor, then he's going to be taking a fat chunk with the Facade. So yeah, the Facade takes out the Tapu Bulu. That is great for me. Now, what I need to do late game is to get rid of this Scizor. If I get rid of Scizor, this Latios can definitely win this game. But I have to play it fairly carefully at this point. So this turn, I'm just going to go into my Landorus, because it is frozen. It can't do anything. Wish I could have had this thing not even frozen at this point, but whatever. What can you do? What can you do? As he does reveal to be Banded Scizor, which is very good to know for the late game. Definitely good to know for my Latios, as he just goes into the Tornadus here, and I'm hoping at this point I can unthaw, get some luck on my side, but he goes to the Icy Wind. I don't unthaw, or he misses, and I get my Landorus just dies. So that's unfortunate at this point. So I'm gonna go into my Latios, and I'm gonna make I believe I'll make a double at this point. I think this was a misplay, potentially, because I could have went into I could have gone into my Heracross and banked on a Hurricane Miss, but maybe that was probably my better play, but because I had to get some hacks on my favorite to win. But I'm just gonna try to play around this thing. Maybe if he wants to reveal the Fightinium Z, if he does have that, that'll be very good to know. But I'm gonna double out into my Heracross at this point, as he's going to also double into the Mastodon, the Lantern, as this is a fairly free Volt Switch, because I don't have a ground immunity, I don't have an electric immunity, so that's pretty annoying. As I'm going to go into my Mega Heracross, as I believe, yeah, he just clicked the Volt Switch, gets a nice chunk on me, but this reveals that, I believe he just sacks out the Azumarill at this point, and because it's low, and it's not going to be able to take, Pin Missile, 2 Pin Missiles in a row. I couldn't speak my words there. But, yeah, I'm just going to go for the Pin Missile, and because of the damage rules, how much damage I've been doing to the Azumarill, he's going to be in range of the next Pin Missile. So, that is very, very nice for me. And I'm not in a horrible position. I could definitely win this game, just depending on how I play my Latios. But, unfortunately, I don't really have too much other great setup fodder at this point, because my Latios is low. I really need to get rid of the Scizor to potentially win this game, as he actually goes in the Megalopony, so I'm actually out of range of a return, an Adamant return. He needs literally a max roll, I believe, but he does reveal the Retaliate, so If he wasn't retaliate, that would have been a kind of a weird play, but he actually does, and that's a pretty cool animation. I haven't seen that in a long time, so it's really cool. As I believe I just go into I go into my Shaman, and this turn I believe he switches out, and yeah, because of that, I don't think I have a good chance to win this game anymore. Because of that, as it just goes into the Lantern, as I just go for the Synthesis, as I'm going to keep my Shaman nice and healthy, because I need Shaman to potentially toxic that Tornadus, because another way I could win is killing off that Tornadus and winning with my Heatran, but I'm just going to go, I'm actually going to, I believe I double into my Heatran as he goes for the Ice Beam, so that's a fairly good play on my part, because, yeah, that was a good play on my part, I think, but, yeah, this turn, he's just going to go into Megalophony. He doesn't have a Steel Resist, so I get a really fat chunk on something on his team with the Flash Cannon, so, and at this point, I really need to get rid of the Scizor to win this game, but he's not giving me an opportunity to kill that, so that's fairly annoying, and I had that over thing, but whatever. And he goes into the Tornadus, and he's going to be relatively healthy, as I do double out into my Shrubby, and hopefully, if I can get a Toxic Lismon, if he's an AV Tornadus, I can beat this thing down with my Heatran, and hopefully, I can pull out something with my Latios, but, just the theme of the season, I missed the Toxic. It's kind of funny, because Week 1, I missed the Toxic, Week 5, Shaman is being a trash mon, and it does the same. It does both in Week 7. I don't think it mattered because we'll see he's actually Fightinium Z, and that basically means it's GG at this point. As I think I go for the Dragon Dance. Yeah, I go for the. I don't double out. I think I just click Facade. Yeah, I just go for the Dragon Dance at this point. Maybe a double into my Heatran would have been a better play, but what can you do? But right now, I'm just hoping for a crit. If I get a crit, I can potentially kill this mon, and hopefully I can get some luck on my side. Nope, nope. I don't get any, as he's just going to be able to kill me with U-turn, and he's just going to be able to revenge me Megalophony or the Tornadus, because he is actually Fightinium Z, and he's just going to end the game, and I'm going to lose 4-0. And yeah, let me just talk about this game right after. So you'll see he's just gonna plop my Heatran with the Focus Blast, and that is fairly that is basically GG at this point. As he reveals the Fightinium Z. Definitely did not expect the Fightinium Z because of I thought Fightinium Z was a pretty good bring as well, but Fightinium is nice for Heatran, so I could definitely understand that. Kind of expected like AB the most out of all of them. So, but it's fine, as he just reveals all out pummeling, as he just gets rid of my Heatran right now, and that is game over. As let me talk about this game now. This game, okay, I'm gonna be like completely honest. I was super frustrated. I was really frustrated with this game because I'm not gonna get a big rant because this video is already long enough. But I was really frustrated because just how the season's going, just how the season's going is really frustrating me, because I could potentially have a much better record than I should have right now. I'm currently 3-4, and I had 3 really not hacks of games that really costed me a lot, and that really frustrates me because I needed to win this game. I said last week I was going to win this game, and I didn't. And just, I feel like I would be in a good position if I did. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about this game. It was just really frustrating to play. I was on major tilt. Versus CJ, I kind of kept my... the first 2, I kept my head in the game still, but I was super tilted after... especially after the Drapion, but... let me just talk... I don't really want to talk about it. You can understand how important both of those hacks was. The Toximus didn't matter because he was fighting Z. If he was AV, then I think it might have mattered, but he wasn't, so it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna. The first turn play was a pretty bad play on my part. I was predicting I'm potentially going to the Tornadus, and maybe I could have been something like the Tapu Bulu from coming in, but I could have gotten rid of that Lantern fairly early game, and that would have been very great. But just doing that was pretty, like, a kind of a bad play, because I risked that, and I could have gotten to my Shaymin either way. I kind of expected to maybe go for the Volt Switch, predicting me to switch out, but I don't know. I needed my Landos to check the Torn, and Torn was a big problem late game. My Lando check could have pretty easily, kind of easily checked the Torn, but just kind of sagging off turn 1 to the Scarf Ice Beam was very unfortunate, and he got the freeze, so I wouldn't be able to get rid of Amon very early on. And I needed that damage on the Tornadus, but with the Drapion, because I would have gotten so much damage off. Rocks would have pressured that thing so much, so I couldn't really switch into anything. So, yeah, what can you do? It's Pokemon. Season's kind of going downhill, and it's really frustrating me. But that is not going to stop us from winning Week 8. Because if we got this win, the playoff hopes would be in our hands, because basically everyone in our division is like 4-3-ish, and I'm 3-4. So now it's not in my hands. I need people to lose. We still have 3 weeks to see Hera, Keegan, Deebz, and some other people lose. CJ, I need CJ to lose. Fries to lose. I need Tony. I need everyone in my division to lose. And this next week is so important because I need to win, and everyone else to lose. So that'd be great if that could happen. But next week, we are not losing. We're taking on the Texas Tyrantrums, coached by RecklessBat, aka Nick. I've never beaten Nick before, but this is the week that we are going to beat Nick. We're gonna resurge and go to the playoffs. We're going on a 3-game winning streak right here, right now. I'm spending a lot of time on the team. I spend a lot of time on the team, so definitely hope you guys enjoy the next week game. And I really want to win this game, just because of these losses are not going to stop me from winning this league. I know I might need a little bit of help from my other people in the conference. Definitely people from the other conference week 8. But this is not going to stop me from winning this league. And yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for week 8. Peace.